Hello YouTube, I hope आप सब अच्छे हो. So today we are going to talk about the detailing of instrument cluster, and the reason behind I'm talking in English is that I have got or received a lot of requests to make the detailing of the instrument cluster in English. So for them, here I present the instrument cluster detailing in English. So first of all, we are going to talk about the buttons present in the cluster. First one is the mode button, and the next one is the set button, and there is an invisible button actually used for disengaging the ABS. And now we go to the light ups which are present in the instrument cluster. First being the turn indicator signal, which we put left or right, it indicates that the turn signal is switch on. So there's one feature which is not present in KTM RC390 2017 model. I don't know about the earlier models it was present or not, but currently it's not present, and that is actually automatic switch off of turn signal indicator, which is absent on this motorcycle. And beside that is the OBD, onboard diagnosis indicator. This shows actually whenever there is a critical type of fault, like very much low fuel, like the all the bars are empty. At that time, it will light up, or you have a high coolant temperature, or any other type of critical fault, whichever is present on the bike. Beside that, there is a shift indicator actually, RPM shift indicator. This shows this actually lights up when we reach to RPM 1, which shows we have to make an upshift from whichever gear we are, and it remains light up on the RPM 2, which shows that we have reached to the maximum level of that gear. Beside this is a neutral indicator, which shows that the bike is in neutral mode. Beside the neutral indicator is the high beam or the upper light. This lights up when we put the high beam. On the right hand side of the cluster, there are light ups like ABS, which shows that the bike is engaged with ABS, and it switches off when we reach to like more than the speed of 3 or 4 kilometers per hour. Below this, there is a symbol showing a lock symbol, which is actually a immobilizer symbol. We have a lot of like the aftermarket immobilizers, which is actually a remote sensing key, which is used to lock the bike. Whenever the bike is locked with that remote sensing, and if we have the original key also, we cannot start the bike or we cannot ignite the bike. So that is used for, you can install that immobilizer and use this light as the lock indicator. Below that is a warning light up. It shows whenever there is any type of hazard or warning you need to know. Like if I put now the side stand, it will show you the side stand, it will blink. And why it tends to blink is that it wants to show you, it wants to attract your attention towards that there is a side stand. So whenever there is some type of important warning, it blinks. I will show you later how that is also possible in other critical warnings. Now let us see what are the functions and availability on the screen. First of all, on the top is the tachometer. Tachometer shows us the RPM actually, which is the revolution per minute of the wheel. So I would like to say one thing, that this tachometer is more than like 1.8 and in between 2, and it's not possible to change it. I have means like talked to or discussed with the service center guys. They told it's not possible to change. I don't know exactly it's possible or not. I will check it another time and let you know. Below that is the gear indicator. which shows you whichever gear you are riding with on the bike. It shows that gear. And beside that is a speedometer, which shows the speed at which you are in. And beside that, there is a odometer actually, or trip meters, which shows the trip meter or odometer. Now it is error. Because of this low fuel level. There is an error. If I press one more time the mode button, here comes the trip and the actual odo. Below that, there is an information screen which shows actually the information like actual fuel consumption while you are riding the bike, or fuel range, or low fuel level, or high coolant temperature, or not legal for disengaging the ABS, and a lot of other things. And just below that, there is a clock. It is a 24 hours clock which cannot be changed to 12 hours. And today we'll discuss how to change the clock also. So left hand side of the clock is the coolant temperature, and on the right hand side of the clock is the fuel level indicator or fuel level gauge. And this coolant gauge consists of like 13 bars, and when you reach to this more than 11 bars, it shows the high coolant temperature. And with the fuel level, when you less than 7 bars, less than 2 bars, then it shows the less 2 or less than 2 bars, it shows low fuel level. So now we will discuss something how to change the functions, actually use the functions actually. So what are the functions? First of all, we will like to check how to change the unit actually. This is kilometer per hour, and how to change into miles per hour. So it's simple. You just have to press the mode button for like around 5 seconds. A pop-up will appear like kilometer per liter. Then you have to change it by using the set button to miles per liter. Then you just leave it, it will come to miles per hour. See, miles per hour. The Odo also changes to miles. This is what actually we. So again, if you want to make it to kilometer per hour, then again you have to just press the mode button. So again, there will be a pop-up of kilometer per liter, and you have to just leave that screen on that level, that mode. So it will come to kilometer per hour. This is how you have to change the unit. Now we come to how to change the clock actually. So for clock, you need both the hands. First of all, for changing the clock, you need to use both mode and set button to bring it to that state where you can set actually. So press this both the buttons for around 5 to 10 seconds. When you will see that the clock starts blinking, both the hours and minute starts blinking, then now you can use the mode button to change the hour, and minute to change the set button to change the minute. So we were the time is actually now 9 o'clock. So we need to go to 21, and then it's 593 actually. So then for setting this, you need to press both. Otherwise, it will not set. Now it's set. Otherwise, it will come back to that original clock. So now we are going to see how to change the RPM, RPM 1 and RPM 2. Something I want to tell you about RPMs is that RPM 2 and RPM 1 has a difference of 50. Okay, and RPM 1 cannot exceed RPM 2. And one thing is very important, that you cannot change RPM below 1000 kilometer, like it's not allowed to change. After the first servicing only you can change it. Before that you cannot. So now how to change you got to see that first of all you need to change RPM 2. You have to exceed, because by default it is like RPM 1 is 7450 and RPM 2 is 7500. So you need to change first. If you want to increase it to like RPM 1, you want to increase it to 9000. So you have to make RPM 2 9050. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to change the RPM 2 first, then we are going to change the RPM 1. So in the same condition, if you want to decrease the RPM, you have to decrease the RPM 1 first, then the RPM 2, then the RPM 2. Otherwise, you cannot change the RPM 2 because it will not less than RPM 1. Okay, so let's see how to change the RPM 2. So first of all, I will like to say that you have to come to trip 2. Then you press the mode button for 5 seconds. Then the RPM 2 on the screen will pop up. So RPM 2, by using the set button, you can decrease the RPM. By mode button, you can increase the RPM. And the maximum you can increase the RPM is 12,500. So we will go to 12,000. Then you have to press both mode and set button. For rechecking it, you have to go again. You can put, you are in trip 2, so you can put just mode button for 5 seconds. And again, the pop up will come. 12,000 it's set. So how now we can set the RPM 1. So let us do that to 11,900. So for that you need to come to trip 1. Then press the mode button for like around 5 seconds. Then RPM 1 will pop up. Then you increase or decrease. So we tend to increase it to like 11,900. Then the same you need to do is press both the button to set it. So it's set. So this was like how to change the RPMs. Now you see how to make the trip 0. For making the trip 0, you just need to come to trip 1 and press set button for some time. Then you will see that it will become 0. The same thing you can do it with the trip 2. You just press the set button for some time. Then it will become 0. And what about the trip F? This is trip F. Trip F is the actual kilometer you have ridden the bike when the low fuel level started actually. So that gives you the estimation how far you can go, how far your bike can run for the number of kilometers. If you have the low fuel, you don't need to worry about the fuel getting empty. Maybe 1 or 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers up and down will be there, plus minus. I don't guarantee that, but at least you can estimate the approximate kilometers. Now, the last, not the least, is the ABS. How to switch off the ABS? First of all, you need to come to Odo. Then, what about I told about is this hidden button. You have to press it for the count of 5 and then release it, like like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then see, this is a critical warning. It shows that it's not legal. The reason is that because KTM does not want us to ride the bike without the ABS, because ABS is a safety means like safety thing. So without that, it's not safe to ride the bike. So they are saying us not legal. And there will be a question that how to like engage again the ABS. You need to do this the simple thing. You have to just switch off your bike, then again switch on your bike. Again, this blinking will stop. So you can now know that the ABS is engaged. So that's all folks, and thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, please kindly subscribe for my channel, and just wait for some other videos which will be helpful to you. So good night guys, see you again in the next video. Bye, take care.